Hi everyone, Renee Jadusingh, Executive Director of the Delray Beach CRA, here with your quarterly update. In December, we celebrated the ribbon cutting of Blanc Beauty Salon. He just moved to the William Hatcher building after being on West Atlantic Avenue for 35 years. He would be considered a legacy business in Delray Beach because of the length of time that he's been here. We're so excited to see his success and him to continue growing as he's been. Business owner and recipient was joined by the CRA, the Downtown Development Authority, the Chamber, the City Commission, city staff to celebrate this milestone. We had a great turnout for this ribbon cutting, and it was a wonderful way to start this next chapter of his business. If you haven't visited their new location, I encourage you to stop by. They're open for business and ready to see you. Now, we're going to take a look at how CRAs actually conduct business. So every month, we have board meetings with our board, who is the mayor and the City Commission, sitting as the CRA board. At these meetings, we vote on items, we discuss new things that we want to do in the future, and have general conversations with the board members, and also invite the public in to have public comment. Another way that we conduct business is through workshops. At these workshops, the board is able to dig in a little bit deeper into topics that they're considering in the future or projects that we want to research to start in the future. All of our meetings have agendas where you can follow along all the backup materials for the things we're talking about at our meetings. Also on these agendas, we have monthly reports. And these reports are extremely important because they provide updates on all the projects that we're doing. You can find out about our construction projects, you can find out about our maintenance projects, Arts Warehouse, Green Market, and any other thing you may have a question about with CRAs is generally found in these monthly reports. So if you haven't checked them out, I definitely encourage you to do so. Now I want to talk about a really exciting workshop that we held late last year. This workshop covered so many topics that people have had questions about over the years. So the workshop setting was the perfect environment for the board to dig into these topics a little bit more. The first thing on the agenda was the updates to the West Atlantic Master Plan, otherwise known as the Set Transformation Plan. This plan covers community interests and how they'd like to see their neighborhood developed, specifically in the areas of placemaking, civic engagement, healthy communities, and education opportunities. During the workshop discussion, the board gave their feedback on the updates the CRA staff has done to the plan so far. Next steps will be starting community outreach meetings, so please look out for those in the near future. The second item on the workshop discussed redevelopment ideas for CRA-owned properties on West Atlantic Avenue, west of Swinton and east of 95. About a year ago, the CRA hired a consultant to start drawing ideas of what could possibly be developed on our properties on West Atlantic Avenue. At the workshop, we showed these development ideas to our board for their feedback and for community feedback as well. Some of the main community needs over the years for this area has been to have a bank, grocery store, and pharmacy in walking distance of their homes. So part of this workshop was exploring where these types of businesses are currently and how we can possibly attract them into this neighborhood. The outcome of this workshop item was to try to find commercial realtors to assist us in our efforts to attract these types of businesses to the area. As a result of the workshop, the CRA staff issued a request for qualifications seeking commercial realtors to assist us in our efforts. I'm happy to report that we received several proposals from commercial realtors to assist us with these efforts. In the coming months, we should be going into contract with a couple of them to assist us in the future. At the end of the workshop, we talked about plans for a new affordable housing development that we have been working on Northwest 7th Avenue, right off Atlantic Avenue. The CRA hired an architect to draw designs for this new townhouse community. Our purpose was to provide additional affordable housing in our community that is so desperately needed. But one important and exciting feature of this particular development was that we added an accessory dwelling unit to the design. So these townhouses will have a main living area right on 7th Avenue, a courtyard behind, and then a garage with an accessory dwelling unit on top of that garage. An accessory dwelling unit is an additional living space that can be either rented out or utilized by a family member to add to the main living space in the front area. This design concept was extremely important because currently we do not have this design concept in the city of Delray Beach. But along with the city's Development Services Department, the CRA has been in the process of working on a study that would allow accessory dwelling units in the Northwest-Southwest West Atlantic set neighborhood. So this project fits right in line with the concepts that are being proposed in that study. We're very excited to have this new development style in our area, and specifically in the CRA district. Housing is such a crisis, and to be able to provide this type of support to our community is invaluable. At the workshop, we showed the initial design concept to our board and the community. Next steps will be to submit for site plan approval and then on to construction. Thank you for taking the time to watch this quarterly update and learn a little bit more information about how our CRA actually functions. Please be sure to go back and check out our monthly reports, follow us on social media, and we'll see you next time.